No one is surprised by the outcome of this game. No one is. But what constantly gets me about this team is the new ways they find in losing games. It's like once you think that this team has found the ultimate way to lose, somehow, some way, they find a way to top themselves. It's a ridiculous cycle of failure. And even though nobody expected us to win this game, neither did I was astonished by the fact that the effort was great in the first half. And yet, the same story. Miscues, mistakes, and overall, a team that shoots themselves in the foot. What's up, everybody? My name is Sammy HT of Dallas Sports. The Miami Dolphins do it to us again. Oh my gosh, where do I even begin with this game, man? With this game, bro. I always get surprised. Every single week I watch this team and I think to myself, they can't surprise me anymore. They've shown me everything. They've shown me all the ways a team can be really, really bad. And yet this week, they found a way to top themselves again. What if I told you that the Miami Dolphins outplayed the Baltimore Ravens in this first half? They outgained them. They had more time of possession. But you want to know the one thing about bad teams is that they find a way to lose games in ways that you wouldn't even find unimaginable. Unimaginable. Take, for example, the second drive of the game. The Miami Dolphins just got a stop on the Baltimore Ravens. They actually forced a 3-and-out. Yes, this Miami Dolphins defense that has been so unbelievably bad, but also in spurts pretty good, they forced a 3-and-out on Lamar's very first drive. And I'm thinking, okay. And sure enough, the Miami Dolphins fumble. Taj Washington, in particular, fumbles. And after this fumble, the game kind of just flips already. The Ravens go down and they score a touchdown to Mark Andrews. And that pretty much set the tone for the entire game. But I still had hope. Of course I had hope. Why wouldn't I have hope? Because I'm delusional. So incredibly delusional. One thing about this third drive that makes me so unbelievably irate is how good this offense actually looks sometimes. The offense, when Mike McDaniel is locked in, is so unbelievably potent. The run game is nice. We're getting Jalen Waddle looks. We're getting Malik Washington touches. Tua is cooking. In the first half, the offense really wasn't bad whatsoever. But then, what always tends to happen in these games, what always has a tendency of happening, is that the Dolphins tend to shoot themselves in the foot. And they didn't just shoot themselves in the foot here. It was a 4th-and-1, and Mike McDaniel goes for it as he should. 4th-and-1, big opportunity, and Larry Borum, our right tackle, he false starts. And unfortunately, the Miami Dolphins are forced to kick a field goal. A field goal they end up missing. 35-yard field goal, he missed it. So, as expected, right after that missed field goal, the Ravens go down the field and they score right after. One of the plays that pissed me off was Jalen Phillips almost got a sack. He almost got a sack, much like the one against Justin Herbert. But you want to know something? He couldn't quite get him. And that seems to be the thing with Jalen Phillips. He can't quite get the man. He can't quite finish the play. And because of that, Isaiah Likely, big play, and the Ravens end up scoring right after. The next drive, the refs absolutely screw us, and Ollie Gordon is irate on the bench. And of course he's irate. He didn't do anything wrong. For whatever reason, the running back coach is yelling at Ollie Gordon, as if Ollie Gordon is in the wrong in this situation. We clearly got screwed. It was so obvious we got screwed. But the running back coach insists that it was his fault. And I don't know. I don't read lips. Maybe he was saying to just calm down. But I'm not calming down. I'm frustrated. And I like how Ollie Gordon cares. And I love how Mike McDaniel, I didn't mention this, but Mike McDaniel, after Larry Borum false started, he showed so much passion and so much anger. And I want that from this team. I want this team to care. So that's something I actually kind of liked. McDaniel, Ollie Gordon actually showed they really freaking care. Now for McDaniel, it's much too late. But for Ollie Gordon, that's the type of stuff I'd like to see. Anyway, that drive just doesn't end up well. But the Dolphins defense gets a 3-and-out. We get a 3-and-out, and now it's time for the Dolphins to drive down the field. Time to milk this clock, score a touchdown, and head into the half either tied up or down just one. And mind you, this offense has been humming, and we're going down the field consistently. Jalen Waddle, chunk play. Devon Achane, chunk play. This Ravens defense was not good in the first half. And yet, on a 4th and goal, once again, because Miami can't convert on 3rd down for whatever reason, on a 4th and goal, Mike McDaniel dials up a fade route to Devon Achane. A fade route on 4th and 2 to Devon Achane, who's being covered by Kyle Hamilton, who just so happens to be one of the best safeties in the league. Why couldn't you just run a slant route for Waddle or something? Or better yet, just create some play that doesn't involve a fade route to your 5'8" running back. I can't believe he called that play. And of course, that play, Devon Achane has some communication issue with Tua. Tua throws to absolutely nobody. And yeah, the drive's over. We get 0 points in the red zone. And that after that, of course, Miami decided to receive the kick. And since they received the kick and only caught up with 3 points in that drive, in the very first drive of the game, the Ravens got the ball back in the second half. The Ravens got the ball in the half, and lo and behold, the Ravens score on the opening drive. And the rest is history. I don't really want to go over whatever happened in the rest of this game. The truth is the rest of the game was just a nothing burger. A giant example of what should have probably happened in the first half, but the Miami Dolphins actually found a way to make it seem that they were a competent organization, only for in the moments that mattered, show that they are not competent. The truth is Tua didn't even play a bad game today. Like, obviously people are going to throw Tua under the bus. Tua didn't play bad. He didn't. And to be honest, the offense didn't play bad either. Not, of course, until the second half where, we had 3-and-out and we turned the ball over and it was just, stupid stuff. But in that first half, the offense was humming. And the defense was humming as well. 3-and-outs on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. If you told me to start the game that the Miami Dolphins were going to 3-and-out the Ravens 3 times in the first half, I would have thought we were leading. But guess what? Not a chance. We were down in a half where we outgained them. We had the ball longer. We had more plays. And all we needed to do to make it all not even matter was turn the ball over and make mistakes, miss field goals. And the truth is, this has been a trend for Mike McDaniel for so long, and it's why he has to go. It's not even personal with McDaniel. I don't blame McDaniel for fumbling the ball like that. I don't blame him one bit. These things happen. But I gotta say, overall, if these things are constantly happening year in and year out since 2022, and we can't get the offensive line disciplined, and we can't stop turning the ball over, and play calls are constantly awkward, and they don't make sense. If these things are trends, then we can't have these trends any longer. And that's why McDaniel needs to go. And so does Grier. Look, Grier is in a total different topic. I don't even want to think about the moves Chris Grier has done. That's going to give me a headache in and of itself. I don't want that right now. It's late. But overall, this game right here is the exact reason the regime needs to change. This game. Because when we are playing well, when it matters, the miscues, the mistakes, the turnovers, the missed field goals, the penalties, it has been a constant thing over and over and over over. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and I am tired of it. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, the Ravens completely dominated us in the second half. It wasn't even worth speaking about. But I just really wanted to key in on that first half and how frustrating it can become when a team is acting competent, but when they need to act competent the most, they turn into idiots. It's been a constant thing, and I'm sick and tired of it. So, yeah, 28-6 is the final score. The Miami Dolphins fall to 2-7 and continue their tankathon. It has been a rough year to be a Miami Dolphins fan, but shocker, when is it not a rough year to be a Miami Dolphins fan? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Comment down below if you're excited for anything to do with the Dolphins. If I'm being honest, I'm not really tuned into. If I'm being honest, I'm not going to really be tuned in to a team that's just trash. The Miami Heat, despite the fact that they lost to the Spurs, are going to get a lot of my attention now because they actually look like a team of competence and a team that's actually going to be fun to watch. As well as the Hurricanes, assuming they don't choke again. I don't need the Hurricanes choking along with the Dolphins, man. I've been through enough already. There is a certain frustration that goes into being a Dolphins fan. And I hope that one day, that this frustration one day will turn into happiness. But until then, we're stuck here. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been Sammy HT, and I will see you guys next time. Dale.